Good morning, gamers. All right, so we have proper names this time because we didn't introduce ourselves at all last time. But outside of that, time to talk about this week of Flesh and Blood. We hosted for the team, we hosted a tournament. We're calling it Natty Light because it's like light U.S. Nationals. It's the first Tier 5 event ever. It's 3 rounds of Swiss. It was supposed to be 4. We just did 3 instead, and then a top 8 draft, and then top 4 play CC elimination. There was 12 of us that entered, I think. It was a pretty fun, play anywhere on Gem Fab event. Zigno, Brandon, he won. We can talk more about how the bracket path went, but you won the box that we drafted with. That was the only prize. The box sucked ass.
Just the worst box.
It was so bad. It was so bad.
Yeah, but I guess I'll let you talk about whatever you want to talk about for the bracket run. You know how it started, how draft went.
Yeah. So the bracket run was kind of like whack. I kind of lucked in the top 8 anyway. We had 2 people DQ because they didn't want to draft. My bracket run was I played against well, they're all locals, so I won't preface by saying they're locals, but I played against Kai, who was playing Dio first. It was Jarl. I was playing Jarl. It was Jarl and Dio. It was kind of free. The game is on stream. We'll link it. We'll link it. It will be linked. There'll also be like a full upload on this channel sometime soon. We weren't allowed to stream it. A whole bunch of stuff. So that game was pretty free. The next game I played against, I believe the next game was I played Chloe on Kasai. That game was, at the end of the game, it was not close. It did not look close, but there was a point where I got her down to 7 life, and then on her turn, she made 6 guys and had 2 blues in hand to swing all of the guys, and I just lost. There was no way. There was no winning that ever in any world. There's no world of winning that. And then the next game I played against Matt Beast, the levelful Matt Beast. He was playing Reinar. That game was really close. It ended 1-1. A few things slightly different, and I would have won that one. And then it was draft where I was the 2 of Aurora. I had all the good Aurora cards, and my opponent did not have as many good Aurora cards in the first round of the draft games, and so I won that one. And then the other 2 was just I played was there 3 Ziggy? There's 3 of Ziggy, right?
Yeah, there's only 2 Aurora, then it's 3 Ziggy.
Yeah, 3 Ziggy, yeah. So it's 3 Ziggy, and their cards were not good enough to beat like a 2 of Aurora deck that had Tempestuous Kiss, 3 of the yellow 1-cost rares, like 3 quick sucks, full equipment suite, 3 jolt steps, like just the full package of like brokenness. And I played against the top 4 happened. I played against Kenny. It was a very, very close game. I wish that one was recorded actually.
Yeah, I was also thinking about that. Like, I would have liked to go back and watch to see if there are other plays to make. That was a very good game.
Yeah, it was a very good game. It was very close. I killed him the turn before he hit his pitch deck. With that, I like turbo would have like ultra died because I brought no AB because I was just testing stuff out. So that was cool. And then in finals, I played against Theo, and it was like every turn, it was either I stopped him from playing the game and hit him in the face, or I stopped him from playing the game and hit him in the face. It was like Oakenold, felling, Oakenold. It was just brutal.
It was felling Oakenold, felling.
Yeah. CLF at the end.
Oh yeah, that's just sprinkled in.
Yeah. There was a really cool part where I was talking about it before, where they're like, "Yeah, why are the Boots of Ominous Ward? Why are you playing that?" It's like I was really good against Syndra too. It's not just good against Mario because like you block for 3 on something, and most of the time how they try to like own you and like get over the top really big is they play their ancestral empowerments on their Chainlink 3 where they used Flick on the previous thing. And if you don't have a way to stop it, it's like really bad. But now you have an on-way board to stop it. So there's a point in the game where I blocked 3, he did Ancestral Empowerment, I tapped my boots, and he just lost like the Master Trigger on it, and it just like lost him the game pretty much on the spot. Besides the fellings and the Oakenolds, those were pretty brutal. So I ended up winning like $30 worth of like the whole box was worth $30. It was awful. It was like maybe one of the worst boxes I've ever seen in Flesh and Blood ever. So yeah, that was my tournament run. It was pretty cool. Jarl feels really good right now. We were playing the event on the new ban list. It affected his deck. He'll talk about that later. It's pretty epic, but for me, it was just nice to not have to play Remembrance, and I had like 2 to 3 more slots left in my deck to do whatever I wanted. It was really fun. Yeah, the deck feels really good. I'm really excited to play it. I think I'm turbo locked in on it for the PT. Drafts felt good too. Yeah, I think that's pretty much my tournament run. Does anyone want to talk about their tournament run next?
Yeah, put me in.
Okay, put you in. You're in.
We'll go in order.
Yeah. Also for the draft and Ziggy cards, like there was 1 Cosmic Space Dust in the whole box. There was 1 red one, and that was it.
Yeah, there was no other. There was nothing. The box was black.
Uh, yeah, I started playing against Jordan. So I was Aurora. The new ban list is so lit. Skyward Serenade's broken. I'll talk about it more afterwards. But Jordan's playing Vincent, and I did a lot of not blocking. I did a lot of attacking. Uh, Jordan almost killed me. There was like some good search turn towards the end, but didn't have enough life and died. You talked about wanting to die at Carapace instead, and I'll let you talk about that choice when it gets to you.
Yeah.
But it's it's nice as Aurora to be able to like close my eyes and play all my cards. I can't always do that, but sometimes it's like, well, in this matchup, if they disrupt me, I have no AB. I can't stop it anyway. Like I just have to. It's time to just send it. Every now and then I get the Faceberg. Um, but and then round two was Matt. So that was the stream game. So I had a really good Faceberg that game where I got rid of his Blood Rush Bellow. So that was nice. And then I think I kept not picking the Beast Withins. Like, all the stuff that could go wrong from kind of went wrong, and I was just playing Aurora cards. So I won that. I was 2-0. And then round 3, I played against Theo, who was on Syndra. He won the die roll and chose to go first. And I don't think that was the right choice. He got in, like, some damage, but then I went second and played Scar for a Scar, and I was like, oh, nice. You know, like, I started lower. Cool. And I did a lot of damage going second, and I just won the race in the end, because I got to have that initial smack him in the face, so... You can keep up with Syndra, especially with Boots of Omni Ward, because you could have a turn where you stop a flick. You just you can block for 3 on something, stop the flick, and deny them a mask one time, which is pretty good. I'm still not sure if I want to play Snapdragon instead to just get go again sometime, but something to think about. Also, Crown of Providence lets you. He tried to breaking point me to break my arsenal. I just Crown of Providence did away. So you have tools to deal Syndra, and if you go fast enough, even if you only get to use them once, that's still pretty good. So 3-0 in CC was nice. We drafted. I started with Aurora cards. The guy that was passing me cards was taking Aurora. So, although I kept being confused, like there's some good Aurora cards being passed to me, but I guess maybe there's only like one Aurora over to the right, or maybe we're still like more open. I don't know how these packs are going. I just know that I had to change out and go to Ziggy, but yeah, I just wasn't that locked in for draft. Omen's draft is really hard. So all 3 I lost. I went 0-3 in draft. Every game was like close to 1 point, or that maybe there was something I could have done differently to win, or there almost definitely was. But I picked I think I can just fatigue them. People always talk about fatigue Ziggy being good into these matchups. I don't believe in that, but I'll try it out, and I didn't get there. But even with the plan, I probably could have played it better. So it's that was tough, but that's enough to get top 4 because the way we do tiebreakers and everything with 12 people. I was top 4 and then played Brandon in round 1 and did not get there. I had the pitch deck at the end was there was an earlier turn where I realized okay he has no AB and he's down to like 13, so I'm gonna pitch this Arc Lightning for Grasp this turn because I think I had a quick suck or something anyway where the going would get wasted. So the plan was at the end I could have a guaranteed like go wide turn with gone Arc Lightning when he's low, and then every time he sent a Felling or I played E-Strike I would bottom Ravenous Rabble or some other like just guaranteed 0 for go again. So the end pitch stack I think was Arc Lightning, Rabble, Jack Me Nimble, and I think it was Fry. I don't remember if it was actually that dangerous of a lightning car.
Press.
There's a lightning press.
Oh wait, lightning press is there. I think my arsenal was a lightning attack. Remember I was gonna be able to swing.
Shot or something like that, and you had to use it on a previous turn.
Yeah, I had to burn up shock at some point to get through a frostbite
Yeah.
to have the energy potion, pay for the 1 from Winter's Bite, and then pay for the frostbite that I had. But you lived at 5. You went first, and gained 5 life, and then you had 5 life the turn you sent Okanold to kill me.
No, you went first. You pitched into grass.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Life.
Yeah. I didn't get to attack because I pitched the second strike and everything's away.
2 after that too. You just took 7 in the face.
I was like, oh well, gotta kill him. But there was one small detail about the end. Oh, the D-React. So I had Fry, Scar for a Scar, and Burn Up Shock, and you had no equipment left. And I don't think an arsenal. I don't remember if you did or not. Maybe you did, but no, you did have an arsenal. You had one because with Burn Up Shock, Fry, Scar for a Scar, and Scorpio at the end. If you don't have any 4 blocks, then it's 2 cards on Scar for a Scar, 1 card on Fry, 1 card on Scorpio. That's 4 cards gone. Next turn, I draw the 4 cards. It lets me just kill him.
Yep.
Because he was at 5. The Arc Lightning, even the go against would just get him. I think, and then there's the Lightning Press, and there's all this other nonsense.
You could have even blocked out the attack the next turn if I went with 1 or something.
Yeah. Well, since you had 5, any damage is 1. The burn up from the Burn Up Shock is 4 more.
Yeah, I could just spend 2 cards on the. I guess you're right. I just like no matter what.
Yeah, you have no AB. It'd be 5 only from Arcane. Or yeah. So And then instead you had a D-React and could decompose and get the 4 block on the Scar for a Scar and send back Oakenold for 7, and I was at 1 life and it didn't matter anymore. No cards left. That was my last hand, was going to be the go wide hand. Yeah, Scorpio, to just like yap about Aurora stuff more. Scorpio's broken. I don't understand a lot of people who complain about it. I think people like it when gears turn around, like you pay a resource to swing Starfall and you also like use 2 on Grasp and you got a Rune Chant or like something happened, you're like, yippee, yay, I'm like doing stuff. This is nice. But Scorpio, it's Starfall every turn. It doesn't have the go again part. You gotta get over that. But it doesn't cost 1. You just get it. Every turn you're like 2 value, 2 value, 2 value. Or you're making them block. And if they're using their armor to block Scorpio, they're not stopping Snatch. Or like burn up shotgun hits. And if they're stopping that, then your Scorpio's like slowly pinging them down. So it's nice to be able to swing Scorpio every turn. And then Skyward Serenade and Quicksuck have a crazy interaction where if you play Skyward Serenade, you get the Embodiment and the Skizzic Banish, and you play Quicksuck. Quicksuck only gives the next Runeblade or Lightning go again, and the Embodiment gives go again anything from Skyward Serenade. So you can play both of those, and then play like Snatch or E-Strike and pick draw a card, and it gets the go again from the Embodiment of Lightning, but the Skizzic will get go again from the Quicksuck, because Quicksuck doesn't need the next thing to be Runeblade or Lightning. It's just the next time you play any Runeblade or Lightning attack, it'll get go again. But the first attack will still get the +1 from the Quicksuck. It's just the go again floats until next time. I've heard chain players say they used to do that all the time. So we're doing chain stuff on Aurora. It's awesome. Yeah, the deck feels very powerful. I like it a lot. Well, pass it over to Jordan.
Yeah, game 1 versus Kenny. I think it was like 2-1. So like, I really feel like if I had Dyadic, I would have been able to block 4 because it would have been blocking 2 on the Scorpio attack. That might have made the difference, but it really depends on what I want to draw on after that. Game 2 is versus Theo, who is in the finals. That game, that one wasn't as close, but he was really nice and let me rewind to try out a different blocking situation. I can't remember what exactly. There was like one play I probably could have done different, but I'm really drawing a blank. Game 3 was against Connor, also playing Jarl.
That game was brutal.
That one, he just...
Dude, that game... I was next to him when he was playing that game. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life.
He chained Felling and Okenold for a little bit.
Dude, he did Okenold Pummel twice.
Yeah.
He just drew it up, man. You just died.
Yeah.
That was so...
But, like, I actually had... Like, I had a couple nice burst turns. It just didn't matter.
There's nothing you can do against Okenold Pummel twice.
It's just sad. Then, we had the illustrious 03, what did you get?
Humiliation.
Yeah. So we had 2 people who had the exact same score and the exact same, like, everything was the exact same. They were both 03, and we needed 8 people to cut to 8 people for the draft. And one of the other people DQ'd to grill for us. Shout outs Connor. He grilled for us. He's the beast. We love Connor. So it was Jordan and Berto had to play an 03 elimination or humiliation match where the loser didn't get to draft and the winner got to draft.
I just want to say, I got paired up twice. I should have drafted.
Yeah,
if I wanted to draft, I could have just taken it.
Yeah, you were head and gem that way.
Yeah. The gem rules were if you did it by exact, you would have been the one to get it. There would be no humiliation match. But the humiliation match was funny.
It was so funny, and that match was stupid because he's counterburn Acilio, and I'm just like conveniently drawing blues every turn to not die immediately, and I should have won, and then I drew a 4 non-attack hand on like the last turn.
It was like double call too.
The ugliest shadow puppetry weapon attack.
Dude, you said shadow puppetry and weapon, and you pinged yourself so there were.
I needed to ping myself to get the funeral moon and the and like I was fucked either way because he had the grip to just like double.
Yeah, you were dead. I think he had like Echo Flash in there. He had I think he had like a Flash Bolt too or something.
I couldn't just double call because I had my yellow Malefic in hand, so I AB2'd.
Yeah.
And that was a game where if I had Ebonfold in my list and I didn't just have a helmet that did fucking nothing, it just sat on the board and I cried a little. I think I would have won with Ebonfold because I would have just gotten the damage with the weapon attack. But that 4 non-attack hand really hurt my soul.
Yeah, really bad.
But they were all close games, so I'm really not mad.
Yeah, you can't be too mad about
Just
that.
hanging out with the homies.
There's one more thing I wanted to mention about like my whole week in Flesh and Blood. It's the week before Pro Tour, right? It's not next week, but it's the week after, right?
Yeah.
I should know this. I'm going. I have like a flight and stuff I have to catch. But I did. There was a bunch of locals and we went to our LGS and we played like a draft boot camp. We played like 3 games of draft and talked, or 3 drafts, and we talked a lot about it. And then we also played some CC afterwards. I like dropped from Acilio completely. Like that deck is. It's really rough. Syndrome matchup feels really bad. You can't. They got rid of Remembrance, so like I was playing Gone in Flash, so like the Majin style, and the way to beat fatigue now is so complicated that I don't have like the time to like put the accurate the amount of reps that I would want to in there. So I'm off of him for the PT. It's Jarl time. I love playing Ice. I love playing Earth. Felling of the Crown is so awesome.
You are Mr. Earth.
Yes, Mr. Earth for sure. Yeah, Mr.
Yeah, it's green.
It's green. It's green. Green decks always. Think about all the good green decks. There's so many.
No.
He's the greenest person ever.
It's so good, man. Yeah, that was. I think that's it. I think that's all I got for this week.
Yeah, it's I don't think I did anything other than actually play the event. A lot of my Flesh and Blood time is just thinking about deck lists and tuning them and changing things and goldfishing. Or like yapping.
I did play a couple games of the Aurora list, and I felt the power. Oh, also, one more thing against you. I got my power turn, and I got you to like it was 9-8, and then you Scar first guard, and I'm like, I don't want to play this game anymore.
It was so sick. The turn you did the pop off turn, I was like, oh, a Scarper cards in my head. I'm definitely taking all this.
One fucking life, man. It is so funny.
Oh. Yeah. So now we can talk about funny things with 2 funny things about Victor. I guess first at German Nationals, one of the finalists was on Victor and like blatantly cheated by what is it? He
was
blocked
tucking
with cards
and
and
then
then
put them in the grave and then tucked them.
yeah,
He was
yeah.
tucking the cards that he blocked with. He did it twice.
So
Against Acilio,
yeah.
where he's never ever gonna see those cards again in his life.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy.
just habitual Victor players always cheating, you know.
It's a cheater, it's like it's the most playground deck of all times. I made a gold, I draw a card. It's like I block 4. The card on my deck is bigger than yours, so I get to draw a card.
He's just making shit up. It's crazy.
So stupid.
That's like have we explained this might be a slight derail, but have we explained the like Fab Fusion Gravy Victor deck? Yeah.
No. Fab Fusion is still like it's not real.
Yeah, I think we mentioned it in the last one.
Yeah.
Take this. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I realized that that's like excluding you. It's if like actually you don't get to talk about this one. Hand the mic over. But Fab Fusion I've been thinking about for a while, where it's a fake format where it's the same as the regular game, but you have 2 hero cards, so that all the ramifications of that are there. Where your deck building is different. You have both your hero abilities. You don't get like if you're Lightning Illusionist and Earth. Or what's another and like Draconic Warrior, you don't get Draconic Illusionist cards. That crossover does not happen. It needs to be legal in Dromai or in Ziggy. You have to like pick one of them. But you get both. So with both hero abilities.
You also get the lowest of everything on the card.
Yeah. So Tough Nut and Lyeth are kind of sad because like if you're Lyeth and someone else, you only got 4 int, you don't get 5. But maybe sometimes it'd be fun to have them be broken and see what we can do with it.
Yeah.
It's not intended to be like a competitive. Like, this is a tournament format. It's like, you just find fun things that be fun to play into each other and test them out. So, the Victor thing reminds me of Victor and Gravy. Every time you make a gold with Gravy doing anything, all the pirate cards, you're like, oh, I'm also Victor. I'm gonna draw a gold. I'm gonna draw a card for this,
I'm gonna pitch Riches of Trouble Donnie to my Golden Tipple. Draw 3 cards or draw 2 cards. Yeah, like a billion.
Yeah, it
cards,
wouldn't
bro.
double count.
Yeah, it
We're
wouldn't
on
double
like
count.
2 Guardian cards, right? Or 2 Victor cards.
You were on Gold Main Estate because at the end, by the end of the game, you're just like ripping through Gold Main Estates with your 8 trillion gold and just being like, chum for 13. Yeah.
Here's 47 might tokens.
Yeah, it's so broken.
Deal
Yeah.
with that.
Yeah,
You get to play a hammer too.
Yeah,
You get to play a hammer.
because Compass is an offhand, so
Yep.
you'll get a real weapon.
Yep. You get to play Millers and always check if you hit. It's so sick.
It's I'd be interested in seeing how many Guardian cards we could fit in the list because it's really easy just to make it Gravy with 2 cards
Yeah.
drawn on. But
Wavy, Victor peeking for clashes is disgusting.
I didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. You probably play like the test of cards because you just want to. It's you gain a gold and you draw, but you just have to check and clash. But sometimes compassing early is like kind of whack. I don't know. It depends.
Yeah, but definitely being able to check for clashes like that's awesome. It's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a fun thing to do with
hmm
it.
hmm
Uh, and then okay, one more final tangent about it. Part of where 4 card 20 comes from is that Ira and Dory was one of the earlier ones I thought about. And if you're Ira, your second attack gets +1, and if you're Dory, if any of your weapons hit, or the first time your weapon hits, whatever, you get to swing it again. So if you have Zephyr Needles, which this is really broken, but you play all the 0 for 4 front pumps. So you pitch a blue, you get to play 3 0 for 4 reds, you swing your weapon, you Zephyr Needle 1, Zephyr Needle 2, and then whatever one hit for the third time. So Zephyr Needle is 2 each, so your Zephyr Needle swings are 6 altogether. You have 3 0 for 4s, which is 12, so with 6 is 18. But then Ira gives your second attack +1, which is 19, and you refresh Valiant Dynamo for the 20th. So you get a 4 card 20 every turn.
It's so sick. It's so
As
sick.
long as you
Every
draw it up
like
perfect.
every turn, it's so
Just
broken.
draw 1 blue and 3 0 for 4 front pumps every
Yeah,
time, and
no.
you're gaming.
Fab Fusion content soon after the PT.
Sometime, yeah. You
Sometime
gotta boot
it'd
up.
be sick. It'd be sick. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I can't believe that guy cheated on stream and then got like turbo owned and had to forfeit the points to Acilio.
I mean, if Victor's leaving anyway, I'm down for a
Yeah,
silly
yeah, he's
get
gone.
some
Victor's
points.
gone.
But, like,
Victor's gone.
It works like no one wins that PT, right? It's not that Acilio wins.
No, Acilio wins.
Okay.
Yeah, Acilio
I
wins.
thought someone at the tournament today said it's like a nothing happens.
I know in the past, I believe there was it was the other nationals. I don't know where it was. I think it was like a Southeast Asian nationals at one point where that guy got caught cheating and they like ended the stream immediately and gave the win to the other guy.
Yeah.
I don't remember where that was, but that was very funny. I think it's similar to that. I think I wouldn't be surprised if either or happens. I mean, it doesn't really matter too much. Like Acilio is gonna stay for at least a little bit longer, probably until like RTN season next year. I would assume. Yeah, like there's a weird world where if he wins the Pro Tour, then it's like he's kind of cooked. I think he's just out
Is
then.
he at 700 yet?
He's at he might be after today. I haven't checked, but he was at 666 before the previous weekend.
Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But Victor's dead, so that's pretty epic. I don't have to deal with ever running into that deck ever again. I hate that deck with my whole heart. I've hated it since it come out. Test of Strength and Trounce and Test of Iron Grip now is Goldmane Estate, Golden Sun.
It's
I can't
funny-
name a bad card in that deck.
It's funny that they banned Remembrance just at the end of his lifetime.
Yeah, I mean it was about time, right? Like they needed to
Yeah.
go.
And I don't know about like, did it feel like people were figuring out in the last like couple months that you should just grab your funny broken card and play that 6 times? So I feel like when I started playing, that wasn't really the thought process with Remembrance.
Well, also when you were started playing, we had like so I guess an initial thought behind it is like they're doing it now because they get punished for it a lot less now. Like it's really hard. It's a lot harder to set up like these funny haha combos that just kill you no matter what you do ever. Like when you started, right? We had Verdance in the game,
Yeah.
and Verdance would just set up a bunch of potions and kill the Victor, and the Victor like literally couldn't do anything. It was just over. It was GG's.
Yeah.
Then we had like KO who could just hit Victor until he died, to where he could never cast more than he could probably basically only ever cast like 2 of those things before he just like fell over and died. And then Gravy with the board state stuff, like for a long time, just like outran him when he had chart and stuff like that. It
All
was
right
just
off the horse.
yeah, he just super exploded for a while. And before the Clash change, where the Clash stuff, right? Like the Clash change helped him so much in that matchup. And then
honestly.
yeah, and then after the Volzar ban, right? You started seeing like the weenie Victor. We're packing all the remembrances in. We're just gonna block and do that. It was there's no big combo in the game that just if you let me do this, you insta die forever. It's a lot harder to get to a state like that. It's a lot more specific instead of just like, oh, I see a healing potion, oh, rampant growth life, yay! It's a lot less like that now, and I think that's why you saw like the weenie fatigue Victor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a huge part of a lot of it also is the like when combo decks or the old school board state allegiance decks are around, you don't have enough time to ever do stuff like that. So like if Enigma's in the meta, you can't play 9 remembrances, or you can't play 9 Goldman Estates via playing 2 remembrances and doing stuff. Like it's not gonna work. Enigma's gonna have the board state. You're gonna die before you get there. You have to kill her. So all of these checks on that part of the meta don't exist. And then in addition to that, Fab seems relatively weaker right now. Like CNC pummel is one of the strongest things you can be doing. It feels like, which if that's happening, then characters aren't too crazy. That's been in the game for a long time, so we're just like relatively weaker, and the power cards that do exist are quite powerful compared to everything else. So Remembrance is like, oh, I get to cast 6 boats as gravy. Oh yeah,
I think
So.
I think also like with specifically talking about like why is the Fatigue Weenie Victor showing up is that Fatigue Weenie Victor beats regular Victor like most of the time, right? Like you have block cards that get over your overpower. Most of the time they're not going to set up the Macho Grande stuff, or like if they try to set up the Macho Grande stuff, you're just like plowing through your gold mains faster than them and just doming them in the head with all of them, right? Like it's Fatigue Weenie Victor is probably just like it's just an answer to like I'm just playing aggressive Victor without Remembrance in the deck.
yeah. I could see that. I'm not sure because I've never.
I'm not a Victor player. I don't know. I don't do
Yeah.
that. I don't do any of that. I don't know like the lineage of why you would play Fatigue Victor versus hit them in the face Victor.
I played Victor like a decent amount when he came out, and I was like, wow. But then
To draw a card?
then Mistveil came out, and it didn't matter anymore.
Perfect. It was perfect. Mistveil came out, everything was perfect.
No.
Do you want to talk about like how Victor leaving affects the meta at all?
So
Do you have any
now,
predictions on how that works?
Yeah, now it's the time for every other fatigue deck to rise up, right? Like you don't have the guy who's gonna be able to play 9 gold mana states and kill you running around. So it's like all the sickos are ready to be like, finally, my fatigue deck will rise from the ashes. I can win now.
Yeah, when you really think about it, like Victor was the combo deck, right? Like he was the combo deck. He was just looping Goldmane. That was the combo.
Yeah, it just took a long time to set up.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, like Fatigue Pleiades comes out and she's just like kind of wrecking everyone. We'll talk about it later, but especially with like the Remembrance ban, it's like, what are you gonna do? Like you have to like either kill her outright, which is kind of like really hard with how like all the Clash stuff works. And she really suffered from like Remembrance existing because she only played like one of them ever. Even at like the peak of like Super Weenie, we're all playing Weenie like Pleiades, and like other decks having Remembrance in their list like hurt her like a lot more than what you would normally see in like a Fatigue matchup, just because she was using her cards always, like she was running out of them.
Yeah, well, Pleiades usually has some wacky tool or
Yeah,
way
she
to
has
deal with it
recursion
anyway.
still.
Right? Yeah, or just like I don't remember it anymore, but I just know there's like 2 or 3 different matchups I remember seeing like, oh, this card's in this deck, like because most of the time it'll block 3, but then sometimes you play this one matchup, and now this lets you, if you focus on this card, you get to win the matchup.
Yeah, yeah.
A lot of cool tools.
Yeah, they're like doing some weird loop at the end of game instead of like, I don't know, it's weird. That deck's cool. I really like that deck. I'm like much more happy that a deck like that is gonna be coming out than like any other sort.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's a dangerous cat doing dangerous things.
Oh, good creature.
Yeah, Huntsman seems pretty strong now. I mean, I guess again we could talk about it later with the Remembrance ban. We're just gonna be talking about that with any deck that we're gonna talk about in the new meta. Like the Remembrance ban hurts Huntsman a lot, right? You can't just loop codexes and drain you of cards over and over again. It's pretty bad. I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like he probably had Remembrance for Victor. I don't know how much that deck needs that because you have enough killing the other opponent's deck with all your banishes.
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I don't know. I haven't played that deck. I haven't played against that deck that much.
No.
Yeah. What other like Acilio? Acilio is probably a little bit stronger now, right?
Wasn't Ocilio good into Victor?
I guess like
You
the
like-
more Gone in a Flash version, right?
Yeah.
He's just I would just be more happy playing that deck.
Yeah.
Like
probably.
Syndra too. Like
annoying.
Syndra's probably like really happy right now. Like she could just do that. Mind Warp's not in the format. You're just running around, flicking people left and right, dying, drawing off a mask. Type.
Yeah, no Mind Warp is so nice now. That was always so annoying with having to be like, oh, okay, I need to block 1 or 2 cards, or I can do this and that, and then at the end they Mind Warp you, and you draw 2 cards that don't do anything together, and you're like, oh man, should have been blocking, I guess.
It is also like definitely Jarl time. I think it's finally Jarl's time. Is it his time?
It's time for your fatigue deck to rise from the ashes.
Yes. Did I fatigue you?
No, you don't play it fatigue, but it's still like it's your fatigue deck.
That's
like,
true,
It
yeah.
wasn't popular before because everyone's like, oh well, let's just lose to Victor.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, not good. I'm trying to think of any other meta ramifications from Victor leaving. I don't know. Yeah, Pleiades just jumps up really high, right?
Yeah. Every time a hero leaves now, it feels like there's one minor shift, but it's more of the same. It's like we have a slow drip of like one thing changes in the meta all the time, and then eventually, if you look back, you're like, oh, it's actually pretty different. But the day to day feels samey.
Well, Victor leaving just like decreases the power level even more, right?
Maybe I don't know. Some stuff that is broken but Victor could beat maybe can show up now. I don't know.
That's fair. I've been hearing some people talk about Slippy now that Mario's kind of like down. Or like maybe it's Slippy time.
That might be cope though. That's
I
not
think
like
I don't think that deck does anything.
Yeah, it didn't get stronger.
Yeah.
It's just
No, it
that
just is-
Marionette is comparatively weaker, so they
Yeah.
might want to play Slippery.
Yeah. I think that's it. I think that's it for like the meta stuff. Do we want to go into the ban list? Do we want to talk about the ban list directly?
Okay, what happened other than Serenade and Remembrance?
Do you
What's the
want
other
to
ones?
read it? Here.
Oh, he's got.
We got Electromagnetic Somersault Blue unbanned.
Oh, yeah.
Well, let's go, Ziggy.
Serenade unbanned. Talk a Big Game is unbanned. And yeah, fuck Remembrance. I'm not pouring one out.
Yep.
I don't care. I don't know. Actually, I feel like I didn't really deal with too many turbo fatigue weenies with Remembrance as Vincent, but it might be better for my deck if they're trying to be weenies, because I can just sit for longer and set up a really disgusting turn. But like with like the shifts to like Mordred Tide and more setup Vincent, it's the Guardian game is not the worst it could be. It's just when Jarl is the worst though. With it's like the double thing because he has the broken ass Earth interrupts or whatever. What's the word? Disruption. There we go. And then and he has frostbites just to like sprinkle that in when it hurts me the most.
CLF. CLF gets played against you. It's
I'm
bad.
so glad I didn't have to play against that today. I didn't want to
You
see
did.
that.
You did. You played against Jarl and you just died.
And he didn't do that.
Yeah, he didn't CLF you.
No, he didn't. He didn't get to do that.
He just hit you in the head
no,
until you
I
died.
actually that game he didn't block. He forgot Mavrian Skies gives go again, so he just didn't block it. And then I was like, I did it with DRE, so I was I originally was just gonna grab Cull and try to give myself another turn.
Yeah.
And then he didn't block it, and I had 4th chance, and I'm like, I could just grab a 4 attack.
Yeah,
and,
yeah.
like, really destroy him. And then I let him walk it back because it was like
Yeah.
it was like no one would give me this broken of a turn at the end of the game. Like, this is pointless. And then he just gave me a frostbite, and I was like, end my turn.
Yep. Prospects are broken. Yeah. Do you want to talk about the Serenade? You want to talk about the Serenade unbanned?
But yeah.
Wait, who's passing?
I also, before Serenade, I think people shouldn't, you mentioned like the Guardians not running Remembrance into you. I feel like people shouldn't do that anyway because if they're the Fatigue deck, they don't need to play Remembrance unless they're playing against another Fatigue deck. Remembrance is a tool to beat Fatigue because it gets you your few cards that are strong back. If you're Fatigue, your cards are not unique. They just block for 3 most of the time. If you're Pleiades, then maybe you get like unique tools back or all this stuff, but the majority of the time, as the Fatigue deck, you'd have some weapon or some machine you're using that gets you value without losing cards from deck. So you don't need to have more cards than them. You just need to wait, and then eventually they'll just die.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Remembrance thing I've been thinking about for forever, because I've always played decks like Dromai or some bullshit where you get to like, oh, Remembrance back my Chromais and Mirror guys and get owned, in the end game.
Yeah.
So it's always helped me a lot more than the Fatigue decks. Yeah, Serenade, I think I described a lot of it earlier when talking about the quick suck interaction and everything. It's nice also where Skyward Serenade has made at least my deck building. The Gone in a Flash is gone, Lightning Greaves is gone, all the instants other than Lightning Press is out of the main board.
Are you not on Flittering anymore?
No, that's Flittering is part of the what I think of as the instant package.
Yeah.
It's Flittering, Flow State Embodiment, Gone in a Flash, and then the instants that go along with it, like Discharge and Sigil, and there's like 1 or 2 more.
Yeah.
Whatever it is that I play.
Makes sense.
I don't know. Don't play them anymore. Don't need them.
You're a lot more generic now, right?
Yeah.
With Skyward.
I played around a lot with other generics, but Skyward Serenade having the like Embodiment of Lightning you can abuse with Quick Suck to give a generic go again means E-Strike you get to draw the card, Nimby you get Nimbalism, Snatch you maybe get to draw the card, but you're taking armor away. So there's all the generics are so broken. It's so sick. You have I was playing this main board before even when it was the other version, but like Ravenous Rabble, Scar for a Scar.
Yeah.
As many cards as possible you have that come in for 4. Another cool like generic Aurora thing is since Skyward Serenade kind of counts as 0 for 4. If you're doing like a burn up shock turn with Quick Suck gives your attacks that have go again +1, like 2 or 3 times if it's based on if it's yellow or red. So having a burn up shock turn where you come in for 5 and 5 and maybe 5 and then 1 at the end is like they're cooked. It's so sick because they can't just do a D-react anymore. Like they have to actually what are they gonna do? Block with 2 cards at the start of their turn for like 1 attack? You've only done a couple things, you know.
Yeah.
It's really scary for them because there might be snatch still at the end or something else.
Yeah.
Or there's the damned if you do, damned if you don't with like, well, if I block your, I can stop second strike, but what if it's snatch and I block your, and I get owned? So there's a lot of cool, annoying things Aurora has to present to people.
How does it feel when you like just draw a Skizzik and it just doesn't? You're just like, fuck, it's Skizzik.
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Usually, every time you see Serenade first, you're shuffling the deck again,
Yeah.
so the Serenades and Skizziks are like distributed evenly again, so you like have the same chance to find Serenade on top.
Wait, this brings up an important question I have to ask. I forgot about this in our game. You played double Serenade. Did you shuffle and then present the deck to me to cut, and then like?
Oh no, I was just playing the cards and attacking with them as I was shuffling.
Okay,
and then
okay.
I played the second one. So the shuffling didn't do anything.
Yeah. I think I
was
said no
presenting
blocks, and you're
information.
just like there it is again.
Yeah. It was exactly like, I'm playing it out, I'm shuffling, I'm waiting. I'm like, it's gonna attack for 4, by the way. You're like, no
Yeah.
blocks. Okay, cool. Here's the second one.
Yeah. I think that's
I'll
how
go
it was.
grab
Yeah.
it. Because I wasn't gonna make you wait.
Yeah.
For me
Well,
to do it,
I
then
was
come
just
again.
been like,
Yeah.
They
Yeah,
got
I
me.
auto-piloted the other day, did that to someone where I played Skyward Serenade, got the thing, did all the bullshit, and then played NIMBY, and I was like, oh wait.
Was running the package, like the instant package in Aurora, do you feel like that was more like a hand consistency issue or a at raw numbers issue, converting your hand?
It's like a bit of both, because the instants are usually worth 3, like Electrostatic Discharge is 3, Sigil of Solace is 3, Lightning Press is 3, but like that one's broken, so it's fine. So if those cards become strong when paired with ways to give things go again that they shouldn't have, or bouncing on in a flash. So like Flow State Embodiment having an instant, giving a embodiment of lightning, so anything can get go again. That's really good, but if instead it's like you're just playing Electrostatic Discharge on a turn and then attacking with like 5 for 6 and swinging Scorpio, that's still a 2-card 8, but like you could be doing something way better because Scorpio's broken, you know.
Now you're just ripping Syndra hands like every turn.
Yeah. So
So sick.
it definitely feels a lot more like Syndra now. I guess not exactly like Syndra because I described it, or I thought about this on the car ride back. If Syndra's not drawing off Mask Momentum, you're just playing like slightly more sad Aurora cards because
Yeah.
most of Aurora's cards
They're all-
are 4 or 5.
yeah.
And
Hers are all
most of
3.
Syndra's cards are 3 or 4.
Yep.
So you need that Mask Draw Syndra.
It's why Aurora's scarier into Jarl, I think, than like I'm more scared as Jarl against Aurora than I am Syndra, because like 3, this matches my card in my corner perfectly. Yes, I'll put this here. It's so sick.
What if Theo's second turn he played Epot? What then?
If he's on Epot, man, that's awesome. That's so good for me, man. He plays Epot, I'm like, let's go. Let's go. He played, yeah. Oh, yeah. We didn't even talk about that interaction when he played. You did like on turn 2. So yeah, I did gain the 5 life on turn 0, and I lived at 5 life at the end of the game. Sure, whatever, who cares? But he on turn 2, what he did is he played Quick Suck, and then he played Current Funnel, and then he played Epot with Go again.
It's true. That kind of sucked too. Using Current Funnel and Quick Suck together doesn't feel good.
Yeah, but then you did like a 4 attack and like Scorpio or whatever.
Yeah, it was fine.
Yeah, it was
but
fine.
I would rather save Current Funnel for that turn or Quick Suck, like save one of them
Yeah.
to have the go again on Arsenal to make sure next turn.
It was just
is gonna
cool.
be
It
better.
was just cool. It was
But
a hype
yeah,
play.
it was like we had to reread like, wait, you're allowed to do this.
Yep,
right?
yep.
Like, yeah,
It was a
Epot's
hype.
go
It
again.
was just sick. I like that play.
Arc Lightning Epot turn could be crazy.
It's an instant. It doesn't rip off of it.
What? Epot's an action.
I'm saying playing it with the Arc Lightning.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you can give Epot
I
go
see,
again with Arc Lightning too.
I see. I never even
Yeah.
thought
I
about it
was
like
literally
that.
just about to ask about if giving Epot go again feels good, and then you answered it before I could.
I definitely would rather be giving something else go again, but giving Epot go again lets me sing Scorpio that turn, and I need to do that every turn.
Did you use either of the Epots against Jarl or?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was it. Like again, I really wish we had that game recorded. It was very good. It was a very fun game to play. I had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yes, I won it, and it was awesome. But I think it was entertaining. I think that game could have been like really good content. Yeah, he was just able to make it so Stalagmite never got any value ever besides the block value on the card. I never got to like do some BS where it's like the Frostbite makes you end your turn and you cry.
Yeah, and hold on.
something
I
like
hold
that.
on to armor for forever. Also, I don't use it against Jarl.
Yeah.
Because I need to not get frostbites and lose.
Yeah. You use Snapdragons on like the second to last turn in the game. I
Yeah.
just didn't have enough life to like just play Winter's Bite or something like that. Yeah. Being good at the game, it's like impossible. It's so scary.
It's pretty sick just playing the cards though.
Yeah,
you know?
playing the cards. Yeah, oh, I love playing the cards. It's so
All
sick.
stream setups for next Natty Light. Everyone.
Every match is a stream setup.
Everything is content.
That could be crazy. We could figure it out.
4 card 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10.
In 10, yeah, it's like Evo.
Yeah. All the Evo streams.
We're gonna get bought out. Ever think about that? Saudi Arabia's gonna buy us out. There, so the other cards that were unbanned, right? So we had the Skyward Ceremony. We just talked about that. Oh yeah, the
Somersault.
Somersault, Blue Somersault. Yeah, it's Ziggy. Yes. It does nothing.
People, you can finally bounce back Phantasmaclasm. People were saying that at the very beginning, like, "Whoa, so cool."
Yeah, they were saying that was cool when we had all copies of them and we can just do it forever. But with Blue, like, you really need to be. I think you really need to be getting like a lot of value off of that card to be wanting to play it in the current refractor versions of Ziggy, right? Like maybe like in the future when they said Aphrodite Ziggy is gonna get help, then maybe it becomes like real. But currently it's like you have to have 2 6-power attacks that you're going to block with that cost 2 or more. I feel like to get like the super value. It's
Yeah,
spooky.
maybe there's some lightning mid-range decks that can work. I mean,
Yeah.
the Aurora ones are not very good, but maybe so there's something.
Acilio midrange. The 5th Acilio deck has hit the.
Because you have actually 0 flow generators right now, right?
Oh yeah, I start Dishonored. I have nothing to make flows.
It's
I don't think the token shows up in Fabrary even. Like I think there's not even a line about Lightning Flow on any of my
Would you
cards.
have to legally bring a flow with you?
No, they're tokens. The
Yeah,
judge
yeah.
makes one if you don't have
Oh,
them.
I guess that's true. I guess that's how it works. Yeah.
Which you like should bring them because you shouldn't make judges make tokens for you. But you know, like if you don't have them, they can't be like you lose. You don't own the token. It's a
Yep.
token. You know.
Yep.
Just draw it on a cracked bubble or something.
Yeah. Do you think they give like I'll have to ask like Theo or someone if they just give you like a stack of baubles to like draw cards on?
Yeah, I wonder. I wonder if stores just keep cracked baubles around or something for that. They have a stack
Yeah.
of them as like.
Well, I wonder like what LSS gives the judges like when they judge like the bigger events for like making tokens.
Do they make them, or do they not just have a stack of every token?
That's probably actually what they do. Actually, I didn't even think about that. That's probably like way more accurate. But maybe they have the baubles because it's easier to walk around and write it instead of being like, oh, you need a Spellbane agent. Oh man, they just have to like rip through. I need one of those, by the way. If you have spell, I need those.
Oh wait, yeah, I opened Dust to Dawn. I should have some.
Okay,
I think
okay.
I was in that set.
Yeah, but I was like, they're probably they might just write on them still.
Have either of you seen Talk a Big Game played yet?
Actually, yeah. So,
Oh,
when Talk a Big Game got unbanned, and I was still like trying to solidify what deck to play. I was talking to Berto a lot about like what decks to play, what decks we were seeing, and then we were talking about like I think Acilio is going to be the most represented, just because he has 3 versions of a deck that exist. That's like ridiculous. It's so broken. Sideboarding in that deck is impossible. That's a whole different can of worms. But he was like, if you think Acilio is going to be the most represented, the best deck that you should play is Lyeth. So I actually did play a little bit of Lyeth. Stuff has to line up really well in that deck currently. I haven't tested it out in like Rhinar or Pleiades yet, but like in Lyeth, the deck is still really. Maybe we're just playing like young versions of the deck, and there's different variations that make it feel more consistent. But right now, it's like it's pretty rough.
I think Eliath. I don't remember which Nats it was, but I'm pretty sure Eliath did pretty well.
Okay, yeah. I'll have to go and look at the
Can't
list
remember
then.
if it was like Aussie or somewhere else.
Yeah.
The Pleiades deck, I don't know if it's actually gonna have legs, but that as soon as I saw Talk a Big Game, I'm excited.
You were
for
hyped?
Pleiades. Well, you know, you get a confidence.
Yeah.
You actually use your underrate auras to stack up one attack, and you make them rate.
Yeah.
Like you
Yeah.
make your because like those auras are just so they block 3, so they're not actually bad, but like playing them is rough.
Yeah, they're instants though.
Yeah,
They're not
that's the
good.
nicest thing you can
They-
say.
It's true. There's been talk about it. I'll have to ask Matt because I know Matt's like a big Rhinar brewer. I want to know because people are talking about like playing Talk a Big Game in Rhinar. This is a way to carry over damage from turns,
Yeah.
right? Like you get a big like intimidate turn against like a fatigue weenie. Well, you should be already doing good against those decks anyway. But like, and you play it, and you're just like. Talk a Big Game for 6. All right, next turn 6 Might tokens. Buckwild for 13.
The brutes, it feels like it has to line up better because I don't think brutes have the ability to just sit on it like a guardian could.
You can just tug it in the arsenal.
Yeah, but like they gotta play out cards.
That is true. I don't know. I'll have to
Don't
talk
do
to
that.
Matt about it because Matt is like the king of running misses. He was playing 3 the D-React. I was like, come on, man.
I just can't do that when I play.
It's so scary, yeah.
Every card game where I have like a deck that's supposed to have 2 misses, that's half the deck.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
That's not.
I played 3 misses in KO, and the amount of times that I would rip the the Blood Rush Bellow off the top with like 50 cards left in my deck off of a Wild Ride.
Yeah,
Too often.
it just and it like ruins the game
Yep.
every time.
Top 8 at the RTN that I almost gate kept Matt. I think that happened.
Crazy.
Yeah, I almost won that game too. So it's pretty broken. Yeah, you got. He's talking.
I like with Talk a Big Game and Matt. He mentioned that there used to be a thing with Rhinar where it's like on a Blood Rush turn, you play Talk a Big Game and say 5, and if you do Claw, it's 5, and if you do Claw, it's 5, and if you attack with another 2 cost, that's for 8. If the opponent only blocks for 3, then that's 5. So like you doing that turn either forces the opponent's whole hand away, which it won't.
Yeah.
They get intimidated. They can't do that. So Talk a Big Game for 5 will like guaranteed hit with Claw 2 cost. So I was like, oh yeah, it like floats. It's not like the next attack action card gains the text. I think it's just the next time you do that much damage, you make that many tokens for whatever number you name. So
Rest in piss, Claw.
yeah, that whole class is gonna. What did I say back then? That whole class is getting returned to Warrior tier. You know, with KO leaving and Mandible Claw gone. But unfortunately, they're making Warriors good again. So
Scary.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
very scary.
I guess out of anyone, Rhinar is the guy to do it because if you just intimidate 3 cards from their hands,
Yeah.
what do you?
Well, Lyeth does that too, right? Like that's a big part of Lyeth. You play is Bully Tactics, the one where you pay 3 and you intimidate 3 times and they cry.
I don't know if that's called bully tactics. Hold on.
He's looking it up on February.
the Searcher.
The Searcher, yeah. I played that card with the Talk a Big Game, and it was like, all right, felt
Yeah.
pretty good. It just wasn't big enough. He has a hard time closing out games still.
Yeah. Also, if you're using a card to intimidate and a card to get value,
I think it's big Bully Tactics.
yeah, it's just like using 2 cards to only get some value out of one of them. You know, it's
Yeah.
it's like a classic gear turner. Okay, the card is Bully Tactics. Yeah.
Let's go.
But it's the classic thing with like you're doing 3 steps, so when you get a number at the end, you're like, "Whoa, this is awesome!" But you have to like look back and remember, "Oh well, we did 3 things and used 2 or 3 cards to get here." So getting 9 value actually just makes sense. It's not actually broken. We just did some steps. It's like max, you know. You do like 6 things, and at the end, you're like, "Oh wow, we used 2 cards for 8 value. That was pretty cool."
You can't stop talking about your dog shit Scrimlow decks every damn time, man. It's like, Max. Ooh, but my Marlin though, my Betsy. It's all these decks, man.
I was gonna bring up Betsy earlier when you talked about the instant auras. I was gonna be like, which are bullshit, by the way, because my Betsy deck loses when people run these instant auras that can block now because they have more ways to get around overpower.
What is it? What were we talking about before Betsy? Oh, weren't we talking about how the Marlin decks are all like converging on Mocha's equipment?
Yes, yeah. We were talking about that earlier. Yeah, all the Marlin decks are becoming his deck now.
He's just
They're
ahead of the curve.
he's ahead of the curve. If you have a dog shit hero and you want to like think about, he plays it. It's like he's got the good deck, man.
Yeah.
They're always ahead of the time. It's like
Talk a big game.
consistently.
Talk a big game plus bully tactics. Again, though, it's like there's so much work on the back end.
Yeah, there's-
maybe to actually get above rate, whereas like every other deck just goes above the 3 rate.
So with I forget the actual number on it, but it's like the closer you can make all of your cards equal 3 in Lyeth, the better your hero is, right? I think it's like you need to make sure all your cards are worth minimum 2 or something like that to make your hero power like worth anything, which is like hard sometimes.
So, but like if all your cards are 3,
Yeah.
then you're 15.
Yeah,
Half these decks now are all their cards are 4. They're beating you with less cards.
it was a Super Slam hero, man. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a Super Slam hero.
Exactly.
Hopefully with the next release, all will be revealed soon. Yeah, we get some. I want some power back in the game. I want some evil power back in the game.
Yeah, I think of it like if turn to turn you're doing more than 16, then you're probably good. If like every turn it's 16 or more value or it averages out to that, that's fine. So it's Lyeth. If it's average to 3, then like that makes sense because it's 15 and it's almost good. But that's not like broken. You always want to be doing something broken in a card game. So if you can get Lyeth to be 3.5 per card, or I guess it's hard to look at it per card, but like per turn cycle more than 16, then it's lit. So yeah, having all your cards try to be 3 or a bit more as Lyeth sounds like a good idea.
Like I don't want to live in fantasy land too much, but the one aura that's 3 for +5, like if it was 3 for +6, would it even be good still at that point.
Probably. Yeah.
Like it's still,
So
I don't know,
keep her at
like-
6 then.
yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that'd be
not good.
I think it's about they for all of the things they pick it to be one below that. Because if they picked for all of them it to be one above, then now it's like, oh, all these interactions are getting one more value, and then it piles up to be
Yeah.
good. So instead of like picking and choosing which cards are the ones everyone's going to play by making them the on rate
Yeah.
ones, they just make them all one
the
below.
the design is to make an attack that's above any possible block. So I understand it being taxed, but like, man, did they tax Super Slam cards? Like, they really just they were very. I think they were very scared of like fucking Spirit Bomb Guardian being evil and broken, but like they made Victor already. They did that.
Well, Victor's not doing quite like what Lyeth or Pleiades might be doing in the like draft versions of the decks, but trying to do it in CC.
I was a fun draft.
Yeah. Super Slam
Very
draft's
silly.
awesome.
I got one thing I want to. It's a question I want to ask. It's before we start like wrapping up on this season. How is everyone feeling about Omen's draft? I like just as like a draft format and stuff. Oh yeah.
I've done it twice.
Yeah.
Once I think actually.
What do you think about like the Omens draft overall? Like, do you enjoy it? Is it a fun draft? Are you like going to think about maybe looking back at this draft format in the future?
I think it's probably one of the best in terms of like technical like ability to show player skill, like how deep you have to have knowledge of the format, the drafting process. Like every part of it is very, very well done and matters, and every micro thing is important. And when you're drafting, you have to look at what cards are even in the packs in the first place to then be able to tell, okay, these kinds of Basilio decks exist, so I should tech against these kinds
Dude,
based
it's
on the
so
cards
annoying.
I've seen that haven't been picked yet.
You're like, I passed a Meteoric Impact. All right, I need that. Oh man, it's
Yeah.
so bad, man.
But that being said, I don't like it very much. It's like too stressful, dude. I usually when I play a draft set, I feel like I'm in control and things are going. I have like a goal and I hit it. And in Omens, anytime I set a goal, nothing works. It all explodes. I'm like, I guess I'll just try to do this. And even when I do that, it like kind of works. Like I'm close, I'm a little bit far away, or like sometimes it just works and I wreck everyone. It feels out of my control because I haven't put in the time yet. But putting in the time is like, oh man, it's so hard. Omens draft is so hard.
I think there's a part of it that I like that it's like I think something that I realized today is that Omen's draft really like rewards people for staying cool in stressful draft situations.
Yeah.
It's like if you stay consistent and you are like, I'm going to do this, and you don't panic when you get some dog shit pack, or like you see like you get past a pack that has one class card in it for the class that you're in. It really rewards you for being like, this can just happen. Like like that's a really important thing. Like you said, there was one dust in our box completely. There was
Yeah.
one dust, and there was like barely any, like, I don't know, like the cards were just the way that the boxes like pan out. It's like it feels really random. Like it doesn't feel like, all right, I'm expecting one of these per box, I'm expecting one of these. It's like dude, who knows what's gonna happen when you open a pack? It's like, oh, there's no class card for this card. How is that even possible? It's like, it shouldn't be, but sometimes you just get owned and there's like one
Yeah,
class card. It's just
like
bad.
it's a 2-up for illusionist, and it's like the yellow fragment that makes a resource, Pulse and Cardia, and then it's like it's the blue ore that's +1. And you're
It's
like,
blue
oh.
orc oh no, it's not even, it's the Ward 1 one, right?
Yeah, the Ward
it's
1
so
that's
bad.
+1. You're like, oh, that's
Yeah.
You can put these in your deck, but I don't know about that. Maybe illusionist is taken, And it's like, no, it's just
Yeah.
it just is how it was this pack.
Yeah.
So a lot of variance.
I really enjoy it. I like it a lot. But I've also like put in the annoying hours of sitting down and like looking at drafts and crying and listening to podcasts and being like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's bad. It's really rough.
Do you like the triangle of the characters?
So at first, when I first started playing this draft format, I was like, dude, it is impossible to win this matchup. I thought the triangle was like super like defined. I don't know if that's like the word I would say. Yeah, it was like super RPS, where it's like I would play as Ziggy, and then I would match into Aurora, and I'd be like, all right, it is unwinnable, I lose the game. And like it would be like the same way like other ways around too, where it would just be like, maybe not that exact example, but there were times where I was like, oh, I just boot up and I'm playing a Cilio and I'm playing against a Ziggy. All right, I guess I die. I guess I just don't do anything and my deck just breaks. I don't know. But after playing the draft format a lot, it's like it both really rewards you with understanding how to, because this format's not about picking value cards because value's hard to find. The draft is picking about the most coherent deck that answers all the questions all the other decks are asking you.
Yeah, that's why you gotta, when you're looking at the packs, that's why you gotta be like, oh, well, this kind of Basilio deck will exist based on the cards I've seen
Yeah,
in here, so I
yeah.
have to be able to play against that.
Exactly. So like having the skill of like you're not just creating value piles like you are in other drafts. You're like creating like answers to questions that you are being given by looking through the other packs, and it's very complicated because not only do you have to do that, you have to pay attention to ratios. You have to be like, wait, do I have damage in my? Is there damage in my deck to win the game?
Did I forget to grab any Lightning Flow cards the entire first two
Oh
packs?
shit! Oh, there was. Oh, we're looking at the entire like how the entire box, and there was 4 dualities for this class. Oh, okay. It's just.
The one draft I did, I went 1-2, and one of the losses was just because I didn't have anything to stop Basilio from killing me.
You just die.
Yeah, he does that. Yeah.
I just like no spell void. I had a bunch of lightning flows to like finally maybe not die, and he
Yeah.
still got through it.
Yeah.
But
Learning how to draft again, like it's very much like the format. The evolution of the format has been very interesting. It's like it feels kind of like how Bright Lights probably was. I never played Bright Lights that well, where it's like everybody at the first is like, we're just playing Acilio. It does arcane damage, blah, 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 and Acilio's impossible to beat, and then you like sit down and think about it. But the way that you get past Teklo is it takes way longer to figure that out than it does Acilio.
the one thing I did realize today, it was cool seeing like some of the design decisions they made for that format, like all those Aurora cards that Ping won.
Yeah, like all the
Those being like
quick strike
really
cards.
like cool into Ziggy.
Yeah.
To get under his ward.
Yeah.
Like inside of the ward.
Yeah, Snap Fingers, I think that's the name of the card.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
super sick. I did that I did that like,
What's
twice on
the
stream.
attack called that gets go again if it hits?
Um,
You
oh,
can pay one.
it's
to-
the Path of Same Ends. Yeah.
Like stuff like that being like not only like a rate card, but just like
Yeah.
having that gameplay.
I really like the yellow one. Yellow Path of Same Ends is sick. That card is awesome.
Not too.
You can pitch
one
them
and
to
then two?
so you pitch them for late game because you're doing it to your Aurora ability, and you're
Yeah.
pitching them to late game. And then once you get to late game, and your opponent just doesn't have flow, you just go 1 and 2, 1 and 2, and then like I had a turn during the draft where I went yellow Path of Same Ends, yellow Path of Same Ends. Tap Aurora. I had one floating just in case like they got rid of any of them. Tap Aurora. Red Rush of Power. Scorpio was my turn. It was
Oh,
just
and that's really cool. Like just that level of like of detail.
yeah, and that's like how you win as Aurora most of the time. Is you have to do like these chip damage here and there to like actually get your opponent to like a spot where they're scared. I don't know, it's a cool format. I really like it. I really enjoy it. I'm excited to draft it at the PT. Scared to draft against players who are also put in the exact amount of time. Man, it's horrifying. Playing against good drafters in this format is very scary.
Yeah, the shortened draft you guys had today was really funny.
The draft timer was like 10 seconds below what it was supposed to be. Simon Nielsen, you got to fix your you have to fix
Nielsen?
your video, man. Your video, we got to fix the video.
It says MTG/Fab, I think.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
Maybe in Magic they just have. Maybe
Yeah.
they only get 40 seconds for the first pick in Magic.
5
also.
seconds remaining.
He like,
Yeah.
coughs in the middle of it, dude. It's
It,
so
it goes
sick.
down by 5 seconds every time too. It's like, oh, I'm looking at 12 cards and I got 30 seconds. That's
there were fear in your eyes. It was hilarious.
yeah. Well, I take a lot of time drafting if we're doing zone drafting. There's usually not like a line behind me because eventually some picks are very quick. So it's more like, oh yeah, for 3 picks I can take like 10 seconds to pick, and then 1 pick I'll spend like 2 minutes on it, you know. So I take a lot of time sometimes. So drafting when there's a timer is a completely new thing for me based on preparing for Nats. So I was thinking like, man, I'm gonna get owned these drafts, but also I realized like, oh, actually a lot of the drafts I've been owned in, I've had 40 seconds to do pick 1 or 50 seconds
Yeah.
for some really small amount of
It's
time.
very scary. The time drafts are horrifying.
I love taking my time and thinking. Whenever I'm playing a new hero or doing stuff, I take forever to pick stuff.
Yep.
Even the first like year I played Fab, I think I was like way slower playing the game just because I was always rotating things in my head.
We played like Katsu Dromai, I think twice, and those games were like hours.
I shouldn't have been spending that long thinking. The right answer is to scoop.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it was back when you had 9 bonds too. You just exploded. It was sick. 9 bonds. Bring it back.
It's just they flip over Mask of Momentum. I'm like, oh man.
Can you play Lynx, please?
Please,
They
give
were
me a chance.
Yeah, give me a chance, please.
Other other Omens time constraints or cool things with Omens. I had something else to say. Uh, it's nice that for Omens draft that we've had this progression like you mentioned.
Yeah.
Like Ocilio at first is like, oh, you just play Ocilio and do 6 to 8 spell damage every turn. Like you just blast them.
Yeah.
And there's nothing they can do. But you're like, oh, what if I draft those really shitty 2-cost cards that prevent 3-Mecha flow? Like,
Yeah.
Oh, and then you're converting your cards because in that format the average card is worth less than 3 by a lot. It feels like. So you ever get to block for 3 with a card, you're partying. So you're
Yeah.
like, oh, it's arcane damage. Then I have to be able to spend 2 cards to block 4.
What's
and
that card?
Arcane and
Thunderous Retort. Is that the card?
that's the go again one.
The AB one that gives going. Yeah, that card is like keeps shooting up
Yeah,
in
one-
my like
one,
pick
two, or
in my
three.
pick order. And so I'm just like, dude, this
Yeah.
card is so good,
The
man.
yellow one's lit Nocilio because it works with the hero ability.
Yeah. Yep. I just
can
like the yellow one. I think the yellow one's awesome. There's so many times where I play Aurora, I'm like, oh, I don't have blues, like, or I need this blue. Like, I'm just pushing the yellow. I like for some
Yeah.
reason I like the yellow one a lot. I don't know what the reason is, but I like it.
Yeah. Also for Omens draft, I think I remember saying this before, where I 0-3 to Omens draft at the Nats testing house. I think maybe it was before that, and I was like, the last time I 0-3 to draft was like when we had a casual draft in the basement of the Toledo fighting game barbecue with bright lights, and that was the last time I had 0-3 to draft before that, despite all the drafting.
Yeah, and there was some. Normally, people are like, "Oh, the draft was train wreck. Who train wrecked the draft?" The person that was sitting next to me was drunk and not picking cards. Was asking somebody else to pick them their cards, and I also didn't know what was going on. I picked like a Dio deck with like 15 items, and it was garbage.
Yeah.
It was like 9-item Dio deck, dude. It sucked.
Yeah, you were, I think, one of Dio, and then we had one of Teklo, and there were like 4 maxes. And
Yeah.
I was like, well, I thought Dio was cut off because there were no items, and you're like, yeah, I needed the items.
It was so bad, man. It was so bad.
Our friend who played Teklo won because he was like, I just like Teklo Austin, and then he picked all the black
Egbo?
cards, and yeah.
He's the beast, man.
So yeah, I got on that draft, and then since then I went to play Omens, and I've like 0-3 2 or 3 Omens drafts now. I think by this point,
Yeah.
I've 3-0'd a few as well, and had some in betweens, but
So it's
I
a
feel like
hard
times when I
format.
get 0-3, and it's like, oh well, I just guessed wrong at this point. I got owned, or like, well, I stopped paying attention, I missed a value, and now it's over. It's so hard when everything's only worth 2 anyway. Missing a value that's a lot of cards.
It's really bad, yeah.
Uh,
Really bad. Is there anything else? Anything else we want to talk about?
I don't know. Covering the week, covering Omens. Victor dead. Victor dead.
Yeah, yes.
Finally free. I hope Kasai goes next.
Not a Cilio, Kasai first.
Yeah. It's just I miss when I played a broken class that auto beat warriors. It was so easy. I didn't have to think about it, and now I have to look at how they play and think about it, and I'm like, what? Grains is so awesome, man. You just pitch a blue one time, and you're
Yep.
like, I'll use these 3 resources perfectly whenever I want, because I can just float them turn to turn with Grains. What am I gonna do? Block the sword swings? That's not gonna happen. So, yeah, I think we're good.
I think we're good. Yeah. You want to wait? Bye.
All right,
Yeah,
goodbye.
bye.
See you
Bye.
gamers.
Bye.